Welcome back. Well, Fairfax Media are in damage control this week after publishing a controversial cartoon and then, of course, the subsequent exit of columnist Mike Carlton over abusive emails and tweets he sent to readers. Let's find out more now with Media Week's James Manning. James, damage control, as we mentioned, what do you make of this whole scenario?
Yeah, I guess the cartoon was one thing, but the Mike Carlton's reaction to the readers was the bridge too far, you know. These days in newspapers you can't treat your customers like that, I guess, and it was only ever going to end up in something like this. They were going to suspend him, which would have been a bit of a bizarre thing, I guess, for a newspaper columnist to be suspended. But then with his reaction to the readers, and he said to them, look, you can't suspend me, I quit. So that was that gone. It's given a lot of fuel to News Limited. They've been loving this and writing about it, editorialising about, you know, Fairfax out of control, who's editing the paper. And but look, things will calm down and they'll carry on, I guess.
Speaking of News Corp, they've been sort of criticised by Harold Mitchell and Free TV for comparing the size of newspaper and TV audiences. Yeah,
look, News Corp have been doing this a little bit in their newspapers with TV out there talking about their big audiences for things, you know, the grand finales of things like My Kitchen Rules, The Block, stuff like that. Newspapers have hit back and said, look, well, look at our readership. You know, we've got 3-4 million people on certain days of the week. You know, we've got the biggest audiences. The advertiser in Adelaide, I think, took it a step further. They made some ads up in the newspaper, I think half-page display ads, and Harold Mitchell and Free TV said, look, it's different methodology measuring these audiences. It's not really fair to compare the two of them.
OK, moving to broader publishing, Bauer Media could be about to see some magazines depart. Yeah,
look, it's the speculation in their custom publishing department. They had things like the Qantas magazine, quite a lucrative contract, Coles magazine, a couple of former Bauer executives, Jerry Reynolds and Sally Wright, seem to have set up their own company. Hasn't been officially announced yet, but they seem to have sold some equity to News Corp, and there's speculation the contracts for those magazines could be going across. It's probably part of the Qantas looking at all their deals, like Sky News is coming on board as a Qantas partner, and Foxtel is soon.
Marie Claire magazine as well, now going to be targeting men.
Yeah, look, Jackie Frank's a men's magazine editor now. We spoke to her about it this week. She said she's loving it. Special issue for men. Look, will this turn into a Marie Claire man magazine regularly? No, it won't. There's the cover. But it could become a, you know, biannual, if you like, a couple of times a year, and they'll target men, and I think it'll always be part of the Marie Claire buy. I don't think you'll see it sitting on the newsstand by itself.
OK, let's take a look now then at some of the ratings for free to air for week 31. And you can see there, MasterChef certainly dominating there.
Yeah, look. 10, you know, we've talked a lot about this, what it's done to 10's ratings, and that was the end of this series.
Turning the page as well for the next 5. You can see there, X Factor.
Yeah, all the usuals. Yeah, X Factor holding up quite well. Its numbers are down a little bit, but still that audience is still logging at just above 1 million.
And over to subscription TV now, starting with the top 5 sport.
Yeah, Super Rugby on top. You don't see that a lot. It was the Waratahs versus Crusaders, the the grand final of that series.
Yeah, OK, and non-sport as well. Let's take a look at those.
Again, The Recruit, just doing fantastic business for Fox 8. You can catch repeats on Fox Footy too.
Yeah, OK. Well, let's continue our TV chat now, because Network 10's had the biggest combined channel share for the week last week. This is the first time in 4 years. Is this big for them?
Look, it's an interesting stat. 27.3 was their combined share, so that's 10, 1 and 11. They just ahead of 7 on 26, 9 on 25. Look, it's not a crucial stat. You know, I think it's lazy advertisers that'll go and buy a whole network, because you pick your shows, you pick your channels, so they really want to get that the primary channel numbers back up. But it's definitely a sign that 10's on the move. You know, but can they keep that momentum? Well, remains to be seen. Speaking
of 10, Offspring, this has been a very popular show, but will there be another series next year? They left sort of viewers in the lurch.
Yeah, well, look, the latest, you know, this has been a daily drama almost, and it's been good news for 10 because they've been getting so much traction writing about this show. They haven't got a few more episodes to capitalise on it. The season final had their biggest audience ever for this year. 10 would like it back. The producers seem reluctant, really, at reading the tea leaves to do it. But 10's good at just trying to drag it out for a while and leave it for your upfront. So there's an important announcement there. Hopefully good news for 10.
Yeah, another one, The Real Housewives of Melbourne. Obviously, we've seen a bit of a break from this, given that it wrapped, but it's launched in the US.
Yeah, it's on the Bravo channel over there.
What's been the reaction there?
probably a bit of confusion. It didn't. I didn't see the ratings. I saw the ratings for the top 100. I think that day it didn't sort of crack that.
Yeah.
But the Housewives franchise is massive in the state, so it could generate some interest. It could slowly build when suddenly people will be talking about some of these characters. They probably won't be all back next year. Foxtel's pretty keen, I think, to do another season, but there could be some new characters and some returning.
They weren't all on contract for that, for more than one season.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Also, ratings figures for the first few days of BBC First. What have you made of them?
Look, it did pretty good. You know, I said it'd do well, and within the world of subscription television, the numbers were pretty good. I think it was the 8th most watched channel out of there's 100 channels or something on Foxtel, 100 or more. So it was a good result. The Musketeers did well. Peaky Blinders did well. Some great shows. Things I was liking: The Politician's Wife on Monday night, Breathless on Tuesday night, a 60s show. The BBC really does period in particular really well, like crime drama, so there's some really good stuff there. It will come to free-to-air, but viewers are going to have to wait probably about a year to see it for free.
And just finally, James, before we go, so there's been some changes at MI9 this week. Yeah,
look, Mark Britt is leaving, and it's an interesting too. With it's really moving into the NEC umbrella, Nine Entertainment Company. MI9 used to be there by itself, Nine was there by itself, so it's coming in. I think the name will stay for the time being, but I think Nine Digital will become more dominant in there.
All right. Well, that is all we have time for on this edition of Media Week. A big thank you, of course, as always, to our guest host and editor of Publish and publisher of Media Week, James Manning. From the team here, thanks for your company.